Most gracious and most merciful, all praise is due to Allah and peace be upon Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and all his companions. From the very beginning, I would like to thank heartfeltly the distinguished guests and also who are contributing this program behind the screen. Today, I will try to find out the root causes of the Rohingya history from Myanmar to Bangladesh. Why these Rohingyas are become stateless and Rohingya refugee today. Dear UN UNHCR stakeholders, international competent authorities, today on World Refugee Day, I am here with a grief heart to you all, not only as a refugee but also as a member of the Rohingya community that has endured decades of displacement, uncertainty, and hardships. Let's start with a simple talkings. A child growing up in a camp asking his parent, "Mom, why we are in the 10-feet camp, 10-feet room?" This crisis didn't happen overnight. It is the result of a long history of discriminations, exclusions, and denial of fundamental human rights. To understand why hundreds of thousands of Rohingya refugees fled from Myanmar to Bangladesh, so we must understand the root causes of this crisis. Number one, systematic discriminations toward the Rohingya refugee camp. Rohingya faced restrictions that affected many aspects of daily life, including the movement, education, employment, and access to public services. Number two, restrictions on freedom of movement. Many Rohingyas were unable to travel freely between villages and townships and etc. Limited access to education. These Rohingyas are facing unable to accompanied in the education system, and youth faced barriers to quality educations and higher learning opportunities. And further, limited access to health care. Access to hospitals, specialized treatment, and public health service was often restricted. Economic marginalization. Many families struggle to earn sustainable livelihoods due to the restrictions on employment and business activities. There are also another factors like this: land confiscations and poverty and insecurity. Some of my Rohingya families reported losing access to land, homes, property over the years, insecurity and fears. There are also many factors: periodic violence and tensions. We are created environment of uncertainty, vulnerability, weak legal protections. Many Rohingya lacked effective legal remedies to protect their rights and interests. And also, I would like to come out another point: restrictions on family life. Administrative requirements affected marriages, registration, and family-related matters in some areas. The last, not the least, social exclusion is another factor for our Rohingya today. Rohingya community often experienced exclusions from their political activities and social and public decision-making process. Of course, we are facing displacement this year. At the first very beginning, 1942, and after then 1948 to 1950, 1962 1978, 1971 to 1992, 2012 and 2016, 2017, 2018 to present situation. Among them, these are the major influx for the refugees. 1978, 1991, 1992, 2017. These are not only these, and also 1978, 1991, 1992, 2007 are major Rohingya refugee movements. Okay, let's me to explain simply within short terms what happened in 1942. On this operation, it was happened communal violence. During World War II, communal violence broke out in Rakhine State. Currently, it was named later. And also many Rohingya were forced to flee their homes and villages. On 1948 to 15, post-independent instability. After Burma, now Myanmar gained independence 1948. Political instability and insecurity increased. Some Rohingya crossed the border into East Pakistan, present Bangladesh, seeking safety. 1962 military coup. Following the military takeover, restrictions on ethnic religious minorities increased. The rights and freedoms of Rohingya became increasingly limited. In 1978, Operation Nagami, it is in English Dragon King, a nationwide citizenship verification campaign was conducted by the military authorities. More than 2 million refugees were fled to Bangladesh. This was widely recognized as the first large-scale refugee exodus in Bangladesh, 1978. In 1991 to 92, refugee exodus again happened. Military operations, forced labor practices, security concerns led to another major displacement. More than 2.5 million Rohingya South refugees in Bangladesh, where the 1991 and 92 refugees, all of who are here staying in the Nepal registered refugee camps of Bangladesh. On other hand, we can also notice that 2012 Rakhine State violence. Now, communal violence erupted in Rakhine State. Many Rohingyas were internally displaced, while others sought refuge in Bangladesh. Another operations happened in 2016. Security operations were carried out in the northern Rakhine State. Thousands of Rohingyas were crossed into Bangladesh seeking protection. In 2017, mass exodus happened again, following the widespread violence and insecurity after August 2017. The largest wave of displacement occurred. More than 70 million people fled to Bangladesh. It is considered one of the largest and fastest refugee movements in the recent history of Bangladesh. Currently, this situation is also happening in Myanmar to Bangladesh again and again. And small number of Rohingya refugees continue to arrive Bangladesh again and again, which are facing without documentations. Another important factors, insecurity regarding the identity and belonging. Many Rohingya felt that their historical presence and identity were not adequately recognized.